Changing the brightness or the exposure of your video in DaVinci Resolve is one of the most basic color grading tasks that you can perform. There is a bit of nuance to this though, and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. Make sure you've got your scopes open by clicking this button, and if it's not already on waveform, click the drop down and choose waveform. This is going to give us the brightness information from left to right in the image. So I'm going to come down to the offset wheel, going to hold down the left mouse button and start moving the mouse to the right. This is going to increase the exposure. First of all, watch what happens down here in the scopes. You can see that the whole line is being moved up, or if we move the mouse to the left, the whole line gets moved down. So you can think of offset as picking up the entire image and moving the black point, which is this point on the left, and the white point, which is that point on the right, and just moving both points up, which means the whole line comes along for the ride. Also notice that this line stays straight. So the offset wheel is one of the most basic color grading controls that we've got in color grading in general and also in DaVinci Resolve. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad or outdated though. Just because it's been around for ages doesn't mean we still can't use it. I'm just going to reset offset and look at the image this time, and I'm just going to raise up the offset or increase the exposure using offset. Look on the left hand side, you can see that the shadow area is gradually getting filled in with brighter and brighter colors, and we've actually completely lost any blacks now. They're more of a dark gray, and as I continue to increase the exposure, we can go all the way up to complete white. In other words, as we increase this offset, the black point is actually increasing. That'll make sense in a minute when we look at a real image. I'm going to move over to this second grayscale clip, and the second method we're going to use to change the exposure is to switch over to the HDR palettes by clicking this button, and this time we're going to be using the global exposure. Unlike the offset wheel, the global exposure slider allows us to change the brightness of an image in terms of photographic stops. So if you knew that the image in the camera was recorded maybe with one stop of overexposure, you could reduce the global HDR exposure value by one stop to get back to that baseline image. Let me show you what it looks like in a grayscale image first, and then we'll look at a real piece of video. So we can either click on this value and enter a number. Let's say we want to increase the exposure by one stop. We can type 1 and hit enter, or we can use the slider underneath to reduce the exposure or increase the exposure. As I'm doing this, you can see this line around the wheel is getting smaller as we get darker, or it moves around the wheel clockwise as we get brighter, and we can double click X to reset. So as well as being able to control the brightness in terms of photographic stops of exposure, watch what happens when I start to increase this in the scope. As before, the white point is moving up on the right side of the scope here, but notice what's happening in the darker areas on the left. We're not moving that black point up. It's actually creating a curve on the lower end. Also notice on the left-hand side of the grayscale image, we've still got black in the image, absolute black. It hasn't been mudded up, or it hasn't been raised up from that black point like we saw in this clip when we used offset. Just head back to the global exposure version. So this is the biggest change in this darker area. Absolute black is pinned to that 0 point, and that means it's going to maintain some of that information or some of that darker area in the shadows even when we start to increase the exposure, unlike the offset wheel. There is a more advanced thing you can do with this, and that's to change this black offset value down here. And if I just increase this, you can see what's happening in the scope. That black offset is actually moving up, and now we're losing some of those absolute blacks, but that's more of an advanced thing, so I'm just going to double click here to reset that. And it's this global exposure value that I tend to use more often now than not when I'm just changing the base exposure of the image before continuing to do other color grading things. All right, let me show you this on two actual images. For this first image, I've already increased the exposure in a node, and if I just use Ctrl D to disable that, this is the original image, and this is the image with the offset increased. And this is the same image with the global exposure increased. If I switch between these two things, look at the waveform. Is the offset, is the global exposure. They're very similar, but there are a few subtle differences. Just switch to the offset, and I'm going to use the mouse wheel to zoom in. I'll just turn off the clips as well to make a bit extra space. So this is the offset version. Look down here in the shadow area. You can see the shadows are looking slightly milky, slightly brighter, and we've lost the deep darkness of that shadow using the offset method. If I move to the next clip where we're using the HDR exposure, concentrate on this area, you can see that the shadows have actually maintained more of their darker tones. Switch back to the offset version, you can see those shadows are a bit more milky or lifted, and switch to the HDR global exposure, and we've got just a touch more darkness in those shadows. If I zoom right in on my stubble on my chin here, this is the offset version, and this is the global version in the HDR palette. Very, very subtle, and I don't know if this will show up after YouTube compression, but if you just look at this area here, there's the tiniest amount more of contrast in those darker areas of the stubble. Okay, that's enough of my chin. Also look at what's happening in the scopes down here. This is the global exposure version, and this is the offset version. It's very subtle once again. I'll just expand this out so you can see it a bit better. Notice that those shadows are a bit more lifted up in this offset version. If I move to the global exposure version, watch what happens here. Those shadows are a bit lower down, touching the 20. Back to the offset version, those shadows are slightly lifted up. And that's what's causing the change in those darker shadow areas. And that's what's causing them to look a bit more milky or a bit more lifted in this version. So which of these two methods should you use? Well, as a beginner color grader, it probably makes sense to just focus on the primaries palette and get to really know that at the start. So lift, gamma, gain, and the offset control that we've been using in this video. And that's just so you get a good foundation of the lift, gamma, gain, and offset controls before you start to expand your knowledge into other areas of DaVinci Resolve. But even as a beginner, if you do need to work or do want to work in more photographic stops of light, increases in exposure, then by all means switch over to the HDR palette and use the global offset adjustment. And what you can do if you want to, you can just have one node where you make your HDR global exposure adjustment just to control the exposure in photographic stops, and then have your other nodes which maybe use lift, gamma, gain just to massage the image in terms of highlights and shadow areas, increasing contrast, that kind of thing. And I'll give you a super quick example of that. So say in this image we wanted to just raise that exposure up a bit, maybe by half a stop or 0.5. This is our exposure adjustment. And then we can add more nodes, maybe switch over to the standard primary color wheels palette, and then start to make changes to our lift, gamma, and gain to get whatever look we want. Also, there is a bit of nuance and a bit more technical details around how you can work with offset and how you can set things up. You don't need to worry about any of that as a beginner color grader. And just changing the brightness of the image is not usually enough to get the overall look and feel of the image that you want. And that's where making sure that your colors look normal is really important. And that's what you'll learn if you watch this video next. I'm Jason Roberts. This is DaVinci Dojo. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.